Hi, everybody. Once again, welcome to and welcome back in Unknown to Known, episode number 49, which is near to the half century now. I'm Atul Gover and I welcome Rohan Raj in today's sessions once again, which is going to be discussed about OMT. It's not OMG, it's OMT. Hi, Rohan. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Atul, how are you?
I'm doing good, man. I'm good. I'm doing good. And once again, welcome everybody. After a long time, I'm back here because quite busy in some personal commitments. As a trend, before we go and start the session, let's take a 10-20 second pause, pray to God, and then we'll start the session with the knowledge experience sharing. Okay. So, रोहन कहाँ पर हैं? Where are you nowadays? क्या कर रहे हैं? कहाँ पर busy हैं? Occupied?
Okay. So a brief would be that today I'm in India. I came back on 25th.
Okay.
Uh, and till then I was in Manila working with a telco client. It's been I think almost 2 years in Philippines now,
Okay.
and I think I am in love with that country. While I miss India, of course. So most of my time has been with the telco customers
Mhm.
and BFSIs. BFSI is mostly in Malaysia, Singapore, and then telco in Indonesia and Philippines itself. So that has been my industry specifics.
Mhm.
But I think from a module perspective, we always look for OMT, risk management, SecOps, ITSM, ITOM to
Okay.
deliver maximum value, for the client for their investment in ServiceNow.
Okay. Good. So how you're finding Manila? Is it good to be go? You have planned to be stay there, or what's the thought about that?
So I'll tell you one thing about Manila. So people say that Philippines is outside Manila.
Okay.
So Manila is not a good representation of how beautiful Philippines in general is. The islands, it's crazy good. And I think I have been around places. I love the people. They are very kind. And then I'm looking forward to what comes next. But for now, it's Manila. Yeah. And I
Okay.
recommend going there to anyone. But don't go to Manila. Go to some islands in Philippines.
Okay. If you're okay to sponsor, definitely anybody can and okay to go.
I am open to
Okay.
host, not,
Not the
not
sponsor.
sponsor. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so today, so hi everybody. If you, as I saw that people are joining, so you can just say hi and hello in the chat window so that I can know that who is joining and from where you are joining. I know today multiple things are going on. There's a Delhi meetup, there's a Indore meetup, there's a Chennai meetup. So might be the audience will be less, but who are there? I'm sure that you guys are getting the benefit of this session. So today we bring the OMT, that is order management for telco. Before I say, or before we go for the discussion, what does telco mean here, Rohan?
A telco is the industry in which all the telecommunication providers operate. So that's a overarching term. So Airtel, Geo, Singtel, Globe Telecom, BT, AT&T, these all
Orange.
operate Orange. Yeah, they all operate within the telco industry, overarching, let's say, term.
Okay. So it means today the topic what we're going to be discuss is mainly that how ServiceNow can help with a specific module to this telco companies to make sure that their order should be going a process in the right format. This is what we're looking for, right?
Correct.
Okay. Now, what is OMT, and what is your experience in this ecosystem?
Okay. Uh, Before I get into specifics, so just taking a step back here.
Mhm.
It's so when we talk about the telco industry and in which services are provided, there are two things that we generally talk about. One is the OSS, second one is the BSS. So Now, but there is one more, which is the workflow support services. That's where ServiceNow comes into picture. So while you
Okay.
place the order and the order has to be fulfilled by the telco, how that order fulfillment works, how the, ServiceNow is known for its power of the workflow engine itself,
Right.
and orchestrating the workflow. So that's where ServiceNow comes into picture. And I think for last 1 year, I have been involved in many discussions around OMT, and
Okay.
also few implementations here and there. POC, a lot of POCs are now coming into picture, and I think ServiceNow is very aggressive right now towards the telco market, because that's where I think it's a white space, and we can add tremendous value as ServiceNow, making sure that the order fulfillment is smooth, the customer gets the value, and
Hmm.
the company also get value due to efficiency gains. Yeah.
Okay. And how it is different with the CSM? Because when we say order, it is something similar the CSM as well, because CSM also has the same thing, like customer hai, there's some ordering something, a case will be raised. So is it something on the similar lines or is it something on the different lines?
I think the most important thing to note here is the context. So
Okay.
context is the technical orders that a telco service providers would fulfill. For example, let's say I am trying to um, order a B2B product, that is Airtel broadband, let's say
Okay.
300 Mbps or something. Now, if I'm ordering that product, I'm only, as a customer, I'm only concerned about that product and that
Right.
service being rendered to me. But when you look from a telco or a business perspective, or a
Hmm.
Airtel category owner, you would have to make sure a lot of things happen. For example,
Hmm.
the whatever the needs of the customer, the bandwidth that is needed, the speed that is needed, then you also have to make sure that the router gets to the place of the customer and is also
Okay.
installed there, and is also connected to the fiber cable that
Optics.
is available
Fine.
from,
Okay.
yeah, correct. So there are a lot of things that goes in the background. So
Okay.
it's more of a contextual uh, distinction that is made when we are talking about order management in telco context. And then there are a lot of processes like jeopardy management, fallout management, that are more in terms of telco, not generic order management. Also, one more part is that we follow the TMF. You know about the TM forum. So TM forum frameworks are the framework that govern telco industry in general. So to,
So,
let's say,
okay.
to consume a API, you will
Hmm.
have to be aware of the TM, let's say 622, the API that they provide, so that the
Okay.
right attributes of the orders are captured. So it's a contextual difference and also a technical difference. But in essence, we are talking about order management uh, in
Okay.
itself.
So it means they have their own kind of standards. Like we have a HIPAA, we have a for the credit cards, we have a different these things. So for the telco, we have a TM, that is a telecom framework by, and any company who's a telco service provider, they have to follow these standards to make sure it's a fulfill and at the place. Okay, good. One more thing, Rohan, I want to discuss, because when we talk about the CSM, there's a concept called B2B and B2C. Is that applicable for here as well? Because you're taking the term customer. Customer means I'm a customer, you are a customer, or anybody who is buying anything from Airtel, or might be from, I can say, Zio, or some any of the service provider. Is that fine? That way is correct, or there's no
Yes.
concept of B2B, B2B, B2C in that one?
No, absolutely. There is a concept of B2B, B2C. So
Hmm.
B2B would be, I'm providing a service to enterprise.
Correct.
For example, VPN site to site.
Hmm.
So, and then, or a broadband that I'm going to provide to a company, or a MPLS service. Now, when I say these terms, MPLS, VPN site to site, there are technicalities behind it.
Hmm.
And then I won't go into technicalities, but there is a category. Then there are
Okay.
B2C. B2C would be like my 4G connection, my 5G connection,
Okay.
me getting router at my home or Wi-Fi at my home. So there are in data and in voice, in both you have B2B as well as B2C.
Okay. Okay. Good. So it means, as Rajesh mentioned, that TSM is a CSM wearing branded jacket, old one and new bottle. Is something the same, or you are agree or not agree on this one?
Partially agree. I think there more to it, but yeah, if we understand CSM concepts really well,
Hmm.
functionally we'll be able to adapt to the OMT.
Okay.
Plus, only thing we need to take care of is that we also understand the bit of foundations of telco industry and the
Okay.
common terms, terminologies, and let's say the ways of working.
Okay. Okay. So now I got it that okay, if you know the bit of CSM, you can understand OMT little quite easy way because the concepts or the basic or the grounds are almost similar manner. Okay. Now what you have okay, one more. We take just one or two example like I want to be get a broadband at my home or as a router at my home. Any other use case that you can tell us that via with the OMT we can sort it out, or it is purely for order that I am a customer ordering something, getting in my home is the only thing. That is what the handle by the OMT.
Okay. So from a business perspective, OMT ideally solves to, I think broadly it solves three problems. The first problem is that the order capture. Now, order capture is that how can we make sure that whatever a customer is asking is captured properly either by the agent or by whatever system they are using, so that
Okay.
can flow to service now. So
Okay.
capture should be well. Second part is that orchestration of that order fulfillment, making sure the timelines are met, making sure the
Mm.
quality is good, making sure that the right specifications and right resources reach the customer.
Okay.
Fulfillment. One
Okay.
more aspect that OMT tries to solve, apart from here and there, lot of things are there, but the main focus would be also maintaining your product catalog itself. So you also
Okay.
maintain, let's say you provide 30 services in total. Now those services can be 4G, 5G, it can be broadband, it can be a VPN, it can be VPN Lite, it can be
Hmm.
MPLS. So all the services in their respective category, whatever is
Hmm.
provided by the customer or the telco, is also
Okay.
maintained. So you maintain your product, you make sure the customer is able to place the right order, and then
Okay.
you fulfill it. So that is the whole pipeline.
Okay. So if this is the case, then can't we use the request management simple, easy, basic? We have a category, you have a catalog, you can maintain the items, and you can put outside. Why OMT is required here?
And that is a good question, but here is something that I should point out before going into
Please.
details. So we discussed about this, that devil lies in the details, right? So right now we are talking about the overarching picture. The
Right.
overarching picture can look very
Fancy.
simple. Yeah, fancy, simple.
Okay.
It looks
Okay.
okay. Why not use catalog management? But
Yes.
but the trick is that see, one has to understand the fundamental of telco industry a little bit at least.
Okay.
Now, to fulfill any order, there are product specifications, resource specification, service specifications that has to be met in its own, let's say, instance. Basically, I'll show one in probably. I'll share my screen. I show
Sure.
how it looks like, maybe
Okay.
for one of the products. But the idea is that the product has to be decomposed into a lot of things, and these lot of
Okay.
things then go to the task layer where somebody has to fulfill it. Now, apart from fulfillment, there are other things like changing the order. For instance,
Mm.
the order has already been placed, but it is very usual that customer calls you up and says that, oh, I want to change this specification. Now in request management you will say that, oh, just place a new request,
Cancel. New
cancel this
request,
one.
right? Yes.
But now think about the resource that has already been reserved for the customer, or
Mm.
if it has been dispatched or not, who knows. So point of no return, there are many concepts such as point of no return. So if the order reaches a certain point, customer can no longer make a change.
Can I make a
Customer
change?
want to add something. Let's say I'm a B2B customer.
Mm-hmm.
I ordered MPLS for 3 sites. Now I want to
Okay.
increase it to 5.
Fine.
Now
Right.
I'll just call up my salesperson and say, can you make it 5? So change adding the order. So there are concepts which
Mm.
directly apply to order management in TMT, but to accomplish that in your request management, it would be, I mean, completely custom solution, because you have compatibility rules. Meaning that, let's say, if you want 300 Mbps, you want a Wi-Fi 6
Hmm.
router, but
True,
anything
sir.
less,
Right.
300 Mbps cannot meet. Now, can you make all? You will have to write all the scripts. So it is a very, I
Okay.
think, industry
So,
specific,
so
use case specific,
okay,
problem specific solution. Yeah.
okay. So it means like putting up the order, reserving the component, invoicing, adding something more in the order. Definitely, this can be doable in the request management, but that is too much customization and will not fit into the industry. So your recommendation, service recommendation that even if you are in the telco, better use a telco specific product so that it is easy to go. Everything is on the place and you just click and work has been done. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Now I got
On
the
a
clarity
lighter
here.
note, uh, on
Please.
just a lighter note, see, all these things can also be done in Excel, right?
Exactly.
So
Yes.
your
Yes. Yes.
request management, everything boils down to Excel, which is the greatest, let's say, tool for tracking now.
Legacy. Yes.
But
Yes. Agree. Agree.
yes, so the idea is that we have to standardize our processes. We have to make
Hmm.
sure that everything works well, and we help our customers. So OMT
Got
is the
it.
best product in that sense.
Okay. Got it now. So now this has been clear that why we need OMT. That's totally fine. Now, what you have to show us to understand more that because you are taking a lot of terms, order processing, resource reserve, flow, orchestrator kind of things, finance, billing, invoices, you're saying a lot of things. Do you have some kind of a bigger picture? Might be a 30,000 foot picture, which we can just see, okay, how this look like, and can you take us on the some demo part as well that in service now how it's work?
Okay, I think I can do that. Just to be careful, right? Billing is not taken care within ServiceNow, while ServiceNow talks to those systems that do billing. So your pricing, your calculation of pricing would happen in ServiceNow, and
Mhm.
then that data point would be transferred to the billing system to process.
So it means
So
there is some integration between these two systems.
yeah, yes,
Calculation
yes,
done here, it's passed to the other system, do all the billing generation and taxes, everything will be there, and then come back here in the quick manner.
correct,
Okay.
correct. Yeah. So let me.
Okay.
I think let me share my screen. So
Mhm.
I think we can just spend 10 minutes there,
Sure.
and then I'll just show in the system perhaps. Yeah. Is it visible right now?
Yep, I read you.
Okay. So again, order management for telco. I'll not dive too much into it, but please note the terms here, right? So terms are very important. So we are talking about a B2C telco product, which is Airtel Extreme Fiber.
So
You all
okay,
are aware of it.
B2C means I am a telco service provider and I'm selling to other company. Sorry, to single user in the market.
Correct, correct.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And then the details would be something like this, right? So the brand is this, there is a price attached to it, there is a contract, so it can be monthly or annual subscription, let's say, and then what is included in it, right? So this is very basic that we all hear about, that if you get Airtel Extreme, you also get Disney, Hotstar, Amazon Prime, whatnot. So these are the inclusions. Now think from perspective how this is really broken down into. So now there are some characteristics. So 100, 200, 500 Mbps, static IP, monthly billing, annual billing.
So
Now,
can we say these are like
mhm,
oh, sorry. Okay. Can we say these are like my variables that your subscription, your speed, your billing cycle kind of things?
yep, yep. They,
Okay.
from a system perspective, these are variables or
Okay.
options.
Options, right? Okay. Got
Yeah.
it.
Now, to really fulfill it, these would be the things that would be required. So there would be, this is called the product specification, the one that you see here, the one that we talked about right now. It is called the product specification. This
Okay.
is
One,
the,
sorry,
yeah, go
one
on.
more. So when you talk about the product specification, we are talking about the product models, hardware in the ServiceNow perspective, like CI tables, or from where these things are picking up, or it's just a simple catalog item.
No, these are okay. So to break it down really quick, I
Hmm.
think in this Airtel Extreme Fiber 300 Mbps,
Hmm.
this is the product offering. So there are few terms that we should be aware about before getting here. I think I'll just spend some time here, right?
Yes.
So
Sorry to sorry to take you back.
No. It's perfect. I think that's why
Yeah.
we are here, right?
Yes.
So there is something called as product offering. Now, product offering is something that a telco company would offer to its B2B or B2C customer,
Okay.
and they would be available on its website. If you go on Airtel website, you will be able to see this, right? And if we go one level up, we can also see product catalogs. But let's start with the product offering. Now, this is the offering that you can choose now. Now, one layer deep we go, which is called a product specification. So while this is the offering, what is the specification? So if you remember here, if we go back to the earlier slide, there are details like brand, price, contract, inclusions. So what will you get in this offering? So product specification is this. So it specifies the configuration of the product that you are going for. So that
Okay.
is called product specification, right? So it says that product specification specifies what a provider sells at a
Mm.
functional level. Now this is very important here, right? Now after that there is also service specification.
All
So let's say
right.
you get this, then what are the service spec? When I say service spec, think of the service level agreements from IT perspective. So what is the latency? What is the general availability? What is the availability of support services? So on and so forth. So to really manifest or really make this product offering successful, there would be some service specifications. And then this is the last, I think, most
Mhm.
important here. Resource specifications are the things. These are generally tangible things that you will that will be sent to your home. Let's say, for example, the router. Now these are the assets. For example, these are physical or logical resources. It serves as a template to define a resource or whatnot. But I'll not go into general definition. But if you see here, the product specification is this. This service specification talks about that this is a
Mm.
broadband internet service, fiber to home, 99% uptime, 24 into 7 support, and then there are some characteristics to it. So latency, quality of service, OTT bundle eligibility. Now coming
Okay.
to resource, you will get this Wi-Fi router, which is a CP device. CP is
That
customer
the type.
premise.
Okay.
It will be in your home. So customer premise equipment. And then these are the details. So this is where you get into the asset side of things. So to really understand, an OMT, one has to really understand how a product breaks down. What are the hierarchy basically? The one that we talked right now. So product offering, product
Mm.
specification, service specification, resource specification. These are
Okay.
the four pillars you start with. There are so many more, but we start with this. Yeah. Does this make sense?
Yes. Got it.
Yeah. And this also replicated in the B2B market, right? So in B2B, let's say there is a MPLS, managed MPLS that Airtel provides. Now, there would be a product specification, there would be a service
Mm.
specification, and then there would be a resource
So,
specification.
okay.
If you see, this is a Cisco device,
Right.
two WAN ports or Ethernet. And then one more thing that I should point out is the characteristic. So see, the the resource gets there or the service gets there, but what are
Mm.
the characteristics? So let's say we say quality of service.
Okay.
Is it gold, silver, bronze? Now,
Bronze. Right.
the cost may differ. So imagine
Yes.
from that perspective, you go for gold, platinum, diamond, whatever it is,
Mm.
there would be a difference in price that you pay. So characteristics also help you in defining the pricing. Yeah.
Okay. Got
Now
it.
these are the basics. Any question on this one?
No, no, now it's clear because it is so it means before we set up the OMT, we need to be see or we need to be set up the things like product specification, service product offering, and specific I would again resource specification as well, right? So that
Yeah.
I as a customer can see what you as a service provider or what you as a company selling to me, and on the basis of reading these English words or sentences, I can see what is best fitting in my category, and then I should place the order. Agree?
As B2B, that's the right statement, let's say. But B2C
Right.
may
Okay.
not
Yeah,
be.
definitely.
Because
Means
in
C
B2C,
is a little
you
different.
may not
Yes,
bother
because
about these things.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right.
You may not bother about
Okay.
what's the Wi-Fi router coming to my house. You are only bothered that my
Hmm.
service should be perfect. It should be 300 Mbps.
Right.
Now, how telco provides you,
Definitely.
it's their headache.
Yes, yes, definitely. Our parents are too old. They don't know that what Wi-Fi has been installed. They know beta Wi-Fi nahi chal raha hai. Simple. Or Wi-Fi can get the Wi-Fi
Yeah.
at the home. So that's a simple thing. Because we are in the IT, so we are more bothered about what type of router is coming. Is it the complete Wi-Fi? It's the fiber optics or not? Everything will be there. But
Yep.
if we talk about the parents, they don't bother anything like this. They just want that on their mobile phone, Wi-Fi should work. That's what they're looking for.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
got it.
Yep.
Okay. Now what next?
Hmm. Let's spend maybe 2 or 3 minutes here, and
Hmm.
then we'll go into the system, look at something. And this is the most important thing right now from a functional perspective that I want everyone to understand on this forum. So one is that we all, if you are in telco industry or
Hmm.
if you have engaged with telco, you know that there is a BSS, there is a OSS. Now
Okay.
BSS are the business support services, so the billing, the CRM, so on and so forth. And the on the OSS side, then you have your network side of things, basically, that your network domain orchestrator, so on and so forth, network monitoring, fault management, all those things.
Okay.
Now, how does ServiceNow comes into picture is the most important thing to understand, because see, ServiceNow does not do OSS, ServiceNow does not do BSS,
BSS.
while
Right.
BSS OSS is all a telco would talk about.
Yes.
They talk less about the workflow support system. Now, ServiceNow fits right in as a workflow support system. How? You can, let's say you have Salesforce as the CRM
Mhm.
where you take the order. So that is your BSS side. You
Right.
and ServiceNow supports the TMF 622. It will get the order details from your Salesforce. And by the way, I'll be very candid in saying that customers are not very excited to absolutely migrate to ServiceNow from that perspective. So they still want to use their Salesforce because they have
Okay.
set it up well. They have the product catalogs there. They have everything there. But order orchestration, the task workflow,
Hmm.
the decomposition, that happens better in ServiceNow. Now they will plug it into ServiceNow. ServiceNow will take care of everything here, the workflow, so on and so forth.
Hmm.
Now the important part, which is that ServiceNow also has your field service management. Why important?
Right. Right.
Because if somebody has to install, somebody has to
To
go in
go
the
there.
field to do that. ServiceNow already has it. And then
Okay.
you have your OSS on the other side of things, fault management. ServiceNow also has fallout management built into OMT. So it fits right
Hmm.
in. This is very important to
So
understand
so so
so
it
that you
it
can sell.
means it means OMT is using the customer workflow because we are using the CSM flavor, we are using the FSM flavor as well, and definitely we have a service catalog as well.
Yes. Let's call it product catalog because it is very
Ah, but
different from
yes,
service
yes.
catalog. Yeah.
Okay.
And there is one more module that touches it, which is SPM. So
Yes.
upstream, it will be SPM, the project what is it? Service portfolio management.
Strategic portfolio management.
Strategic. Yep,
Yes.
my bad. So strategic portfolio. Rajesh would
No.
be really angry at me now. So there is a strategic portfolio management, then there is OMT, and then there is field service management. Because a lot of OMT orders don't happen
Yes.
in 1 day or 2 day. They can take
Correct.
months.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So this is very important. I'll not go here. I think I have already touched upon this. So
Hmm.
creating the catalog, enabling the customer to place orders, then or capturing the order, decomposition, checking the status, initiate the billing, and then readiness to serve. And it is also linked to CMDB.
Definitely.
I think
Yes.
that is all that I wanted to cover in this one. And then we
Okay.
can go to the system. But if you have any question in between, please feel free to ask.
No, no, I think now it's more clear that how this OMT has been built up and it's defined or working. So
Yeah.
ultimately, it's a combination of a lot of things
Yeah.
to just to serve or to just install a Wi-Fi at a customer place. is one thing. To fulfill that, we have a background, everything is there. Got it now.
Yeah. Yep. And there has to be appreciation for all it does.
Yes.
I think we have a lot of appreciation for GRC, the way it operates, SecOps, the way it operates. Same
Yes.
thing here. I'm in love with this particular solution and the problem itself.
Mm,
Yeah.
got
So
it.
let me take a step back, right? And then go to the system itself. How
Okay.
about that? Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Let me do one thing. I think I'll directly go to the product offering and then show you how it looks like, and that will also call out the complexity that it entails, right? From a developer perspective, you want to be engaged in complex problem solving, and then this is a good solution that you can start working on for that.
Okay.
Okay. So
So now we are defining the product offering.
we are not defining right now, we are just walking around it, and
Okay.
then I'll show how, let's say, it looks like, so on and so forth. Yeah. Okay. So we have offering. So by the way, this is called the CSM FSM configurable workspace. This
Okay.
enables you to do all these things. Yeah. Let me directly search for product. No, not this one. Okay. I'll go to the product offering.
Hmm.
Okay. Let's see. Premium SD-WAN offering. Yeah. Now, the persona right now I am in is of a category manager working at a
Okay.
telco who
Okay.
owns, let's say, SD-WAN offering.
Okay.
So I will go here, and this is again, see, this is what I was talking about. See, you look at the beautiful complexity it has. So
Mm.
you start with your SD-WAN offering, which is
Right.
the premium SD-WAN offering. Then it is the product offering here is the SD-WAN service package, which is a bundle of. Now just to add context, let's say you buy these things like a very high costing Airtel product from a
Hmm.
telco perspective. Sometime you also get an antivirus. Do you
Right.
remember that?
Yes,
You
yes, yes,
also
yes.
get, now
Free,
you
free and
think why.
free antivirus. You will get it, or might be you get it the free kind of scanning part or something. You get it as a
Yeah.
bundle.
Yep. Sometimes you also get this, like OTT. You now always get. They just say, okay, you are paying this much. Please also take Netflix. Please
Hmm.
also take this
So
Disney.
just one thing, Rohan. So might be I'm putting an example there. Let's say I recharge my phone.
Hmm.
Okay, and when I recharge, it says like recharge for 399 rupees or 400, 499, 599. And in that, you will get nine or six OTT platform plus 5 GB data free, and you can link to any other place. So all these are also done by the OMT only because I'm ordering something, right?
Yes.
It is example of the order management. So it means a simple recharge which I do with the app with the just selection and tick 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 and next it's all OMT in the background.
Yeah. It's all decomposition. So think about this
Mm.
one, right? So you get antivirus. Is
Yes.
antivirus a telco offering? No.
No, it's not offering.
It is a collaboration between the telco and that antivirus company, but you are now getting the service from them as well, right? So
Mm.
that is part of a bundle. So that's where the concept of bundles comes into picture. So there are a couple of very nice concepts in the telco side. So things like, if you will see the words here, right? So you see the word as realized as,
Yes.
requires.
Requires.
So these are very specific terms saying that, okay, if this service has to be manifested for this customer, what are the things that would be required? So these the requires generally are the logical or the physical things that would be installed somewhere. Realized as are generally a service. So they say that, okay, I'll provide you 24/7 coverage. That is a service, right? The manifestation
Service,
is
right.
not a physical thing. So,
Got it.
and the most, I think the idea that fascinates me most is that when you are going for a implementation for a customer,
Hmm.
you will have to understand these things, that how are their products configured, that is number one, or even designed. So how many bundles do they have, how those bundles break down, what are the different terms and condition, what are the different contractual things, 12 months, 24 months, so on and so forth. And you will have to build this into service now. There is a very beautiful process to build it. We may not have that much time to really build it. I was
Right.
looking forward to it,
So
but
it
yeah,
it means like before you implement OMT for your customer, this foundation data need to be set very correctly, otherwise it will mess up everything.
yeah, then breakdown won't happen, right? So these are the
Mm.
decomposition. It says that somebody places this order, then you decompose it
Get this.
into WAN security, edge
And and
device
and
controller,
and and the picture you're showing, is it auto created or I as a category manager create this picture, or it's just
auto
a link?
created.
So it's like a CMDB CMDB view. The similar manner we just link it and it will get created automatically.
Yeah, but in some sense. For example, I
Okay.
created this Airtel demo product, right? It
Right.
took me like 10 minutes, maybe less, and this was auto created in the backend.
Mm.
So there is
Okay.
a Airtel product, there is a product specification, resource specification, and service specification. That's it.
Got it. Got it.
But they get complex, like
Yes, yes, yes,
so you have to
definitely.
install. Mhm.
100%, because we are just taking a very simple or normal example of the one product, but being a company like Telco, being a company like BT, the number
Yeah,
of products they offer to their customers, it's unlimited. Number of plans they offer to the customer is unlimited kind of stuff.
yep,
Got it.
yep, yep.
Yep.
I think I'll stop sharing so that
Mm.
we get more into context. Otherwise, this becomes really configuration heavy conversation that I don't
Okay.
want to have. It's not a technical session. Yeah. Otherwise,
Yes.
we can dive deeper into decomposition rules, your
No, no, no.
compatibility rules, so on and so forth. I don't want to go
Okay.
there. Yeah.
So this is what you show as a part of, I can say, backend or native view,
Yes.
that okay, as a category manager or as a product manager, as a product offering manager, I am doing these things. What about the end user? So I need to be go or ServiceNow provide any kind of a specific portal for this, or the CSM portal is the only portal where I as a customer go, and customer means I'm talking about B2C now. So
Hmm.
you're not B2C, not the B2B. So how I as an end user can go and order these things? Any dedicated platform ServiceNow provide?
I think that's a great question. Now, ServiceNow has three ways to solve it right now.
Hmm.
But before that, let me tell you, there is no dedicated portal as of now for OMT to place
Okay.
orders, right?
Okay.
So the one is the one that you saw right now, which is called CSM FSM Workspace. That's
Yes.
where you can create the order. But before that, there are the persona who is supposed to create order there is the agent persona. So the
Okay.
sales officer would be there, or sales manager would be there, account manager. So account manager will talk to the B2B customer
Okay.
and then will place the order on his behalf. So that is one way.
Okay.
Second is service bridge. So we all
Hmm.
know about service bridge. So service bridge
Yes.
can help you. And third is that ServiceNow OMT supports the TMF 622 API. So
Okay.
we can also connect to other systems that customer is already using to for the order placement, and then ServiceNow can get all that payload and then orchestrate. So it's really important to also just a bit to understand that some, I candidly already told that customers right now are not very aggressive about totally migrating to ServiceNow for this purpose. They have their well-built Salesforce, let's say they have
Legacy systems, I
leg-
can say.
yes, right. So they are heavily invested. There's too much inertia, let's say,
Okay.
and since there is inertia to migrate everything, we are starting with the core. So migrate the core to ServiceNow, which is the order fulfillment itself. and fallout management, jeopardy management, so on and so forth. And then we will also get into those areas of where ServiceNow will have a dedicated portal. But again, that's ServiceNow to decide how they want to do it.
Yes. Okay. Now, one thing which coming in my mind, that how to get this in the PDA? Is it possible to get the OMT in the PDA, or it's not available?
It's available. You will have to download the CFSM FSM configurable workspace, and I
From
think there are a
the,
couple more things, but
okay.
I don't have that in top of my mind.
Okay.
But it is
But
possible.
might be from your experience perspective. We have a SOW for ITSM. We have a dedicated CSM workspace. We have a DPR workspace. Multiple things are there.
Hmm.
But why ServiceNow did not provide a dedicated workspace with the name OMT only? Why it's called CSM FSM configurable workspace? Any thought on that part? Might be not a, you don't have a 100% answer, but any thought?
I have thought in a different way actually.
Mhm.
So the way that I have thought is that we understand the order management core. It's a customer service CSM.
Right.
Now CSM FSM workspace essentially tells me that while it is the order management, the fulfillment happens through field service management. Let's say field service also has to be mobilized to fulfill this order. Somebody goes somewhere with a product, installs it, prepares the
Okay.
site, so on and so forth.
Mhm.
So I think I thought in a direction that it makes sense to have a CSM FSM, because to fulfill a telco order many a times, especially in B2B, you have to engage FSM. So having a unified workspace really helps
Mm.
you with that.
Okay. So
I
that's
have
when it's
thought in
called.
that way.
Okay. And because if you, I'm talking from the consultant perspective, like CSM FSM. If you want to take this name, it's too long. Okay.
Yeah.
And generally CSM FSM people say, okay, you're referring to CSM, because till the time you will not add the word called configurable workspace, and you just say CSM FSM, people say, okay, CSM product you're talking about, or FSM product you're talking about. But as soon as you add the configurable, then it says, okay, it is not the dedicated CSM, it is something, might be in the telco, can be used, might be in some other products of ServiceNow, it can be used there.
That's a
Okay.
very good insight, actually. Service
See,
now, if Oliver is there, he can note this, that we can do something about making it
yes,
more, what do you say, contextual,
contextual,
rather than let's say
which is
subjective.
which is easy to remember. So as I say, when I say SOW, you say, okay, you're talking about ITSM. When I say, okay, I'm talking about the deep digital product, you're saying, okay, deeper, you're talking about asset management, you're talking about SAM only. So why not something similar for the for this part as well? OMT workspace might be OMT order workspace, because as in the previous session when I discussed, we talked about the GRC as well, and GRC also have its own workspaces,
Yes,
and
yes.
every module of GRC has dedicated workspace. Then why
Yeah,
the then
works.
why the partiality with this is OMT, right?
Yeah, there's a risk workspace, there is a compliance workspace.
Yeah.
There, yeah,
So remembering the CSM slash FSM slash configurable workspace is taking a big
yeah, that's a
no.
big name, actually.
Exactly, right. And this thing I'm not just saying for the sake. This thing I see in my experience as well. People, so again, ServiceNow and Snow. People say
Right.
to writing a service now it's 9 characters or 10 characters, but writing a Snow is just 4 characters,
Yes.
and both have been given a different meaning, different perceptions as well. Okay, so so that's the thing.
That,
Okay,
that's really good to note. I think
might
ServiceNow
be
can take
you,
note of
you
that.
you can share the feedback that okay. Okay, one more thing on this particular part. So when we talk about all these things, and you say, is it OMT is a standalone in the telco, or what other products I can use along with the OMT? Okay, you say the third parties like Salesforce or billing, ERP are in the in the perspective, but in the nutshell, is telco is only about the order management or something more?
Oh, there's much more to it, actually.
Okay,
So um, we call it SOM, right? So sales order management. There's also the CPQ,
okay,
configure price quote, right? So
price,
we have that module as well. We have order management. So order management, I think, comes third. So if you look at the hierarchy, there would be the sales side, then
right?
so that the sales orders are captured, and then lead to cash things are there. Then there is a CPQ. There are multiple components, and then there comes the order management, which takes care of the capturing and also the fulfillment. You really want to get into
Okay.
this is for anyone who is listening, right? So if you really want to become an expert into the TMT, telco media, and what is that? Telco media and
And technology
technology,
share.
TMT vertical. Yes.
Yes.
So TMT vertical from a service perspective, you will have to cover all those things. Order management can be a starting point so that you get all the context, but there are
Okay.
multiple more modules that are there.
Okay. One more thing. Because we talk about a lot. Now, once we log out from this session and people want to be learned, what is the pathway to start learning the TMT? Like, do you have any idea about the something dedicated available in the ServiceNow University, or some kind of a community blogs or the forum, or might be outside ServiceNow as well, that you guys follow these community, these groups, you get the more details about the TMT and move forward.
Hmm.
Any thought on that?
Yeah, it's thinking the way I started, right? So
Mhm.
first is if I'm just thinking from a SOM perspective, so sales and order management. So you start, there is
Okay.
lead management, there is opportunity, there is quote, there is order, there is contracts, whatnot. But let's say I want to learn order management, I have a POC coming, and
Mhm.
I want to be prepared for that POC. So the first thing, I would go to the assets, the now
Okay.
create, and I will download the process guide. So that's the first place that I will start at.
And that
Read
is
the
a
entire thing.
yes. That is our
That's the
bread
holy
butter
grail, right?
always.
Yeah, I
Yes.
I have that bookmarked. I always go to the assets page, and then I download
Process guide,
the
process
process guide. That
workshops.
is one. Process work, perfect. These two things,
Yeah.
if you really take it up, and I'll tell you that much, the process works workshop PPT is
Mhm.
more than enough to understand the entire order management process, also the
100%.
nitty gritty of it. Now,
100%.
one thing that you should note is that there would be terms that you would not know about. As I
Mm.
started, I didn't know about what is CPE, I didn't know what is MPLS, I didn't know what is VPN Lite, site to site, what does these things mean.
Right.
But then you do chat GPT, you ask chat GPT what is MPLS, why people use it, so on and so
Okay.
forth, and
Okay.
then you get about it. But start with the process guide and the workshop process, even if you are a
Okay.
technical person, even if
Okay.
it's not just for the
Mm.
consultants.
Consultant. Okay. One more thing which bring me in mind. I have two questions here. Number one, that if I want to be start in the telco, do I need to be have a knowledge about networkings as well, or might be not required? Like you say, MPLS is million network term, broadband, Wi-Fi is kind of a network terms. Even though these are like in our blood now, you when you might be eat less one less bread, but you are more worried about how much GB I'm getting, speed I'm getting in the buying a product. So do you think that this is also required to be understand before we kick off?
See, if my persona is of a implementation consultant
Hmm.
or a business process consultant, then I need to know. Why?
Okay.
Because customers will just give you their template. Now, if you
Okay.
don't know the basic, at least the terms, you won't be able to convert it into a FRS or a BRD. Now, that's where the complexity will come in. So, for a consultant, it's important to know. For a developer, it's not very important to know, but you should know the basic terms, like what are the categories, what are the characteristics,
Hmm.
what are let's say I'm a consultant, right? I give you a router as a product specification. Now, as a developer, you should know a router cannot be a product specification. It has to be a
Hmm.
resource specification. Now, if you configure the product that way, then the order fulfillment will take a toll,
Yes,
right? So order
exactly.
fulfillment will not happen. So at least contextual understanding of what is the product order, what is the resource order, what is the service order, and knowing that if you say MPLS, it's talking about the internet thing that enterprise use from
Yes.
a service provider. Not really knowing that how that multi-protocol label switching works. Not that,
Okay.
but at least know that what is the purpose it solves, so on and so forth. But
Okay.
important to know the context. Please know the context.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was doing the background Google search for the MPLS. I thought might be you put a question up for me. Do you know what is what is MPLS? And
Customer
and
will. Customer will.
and I got the first answer that multi-protocol and these things will be there. I
Label
said okay,
switching.
no label. I
Yeah.
said this is okay. Okay, one more point. As you always saying, and in because we both are not the, I can say, developers. We are the kind of a solution consultant. Even not the consultant, we're the kind of a solution consultant as well. What is the biggest challenge when you go to the customer site or you got a requirement to implement OMT? Or what, or if I convert that question, what are the key things I have to be asked? Because you remember that we have done the BABPC session as well, and in that we have a lot of good discussions. What are the key questions, key elements I need to be take care or to make sure to understand before I say yes, I got the requirement and now we can build it for you the service now. Any weird
Just in
experience
case.
you have?
Yeah. Yep, yep. I think just in case if Rajesh is here, there he can also type some wisdom that he got from his recent
Mm,
implementation. But from, let's say a project is assigned to me for
mhm,
OMT, and I have to go about the consulting and implementation. The first question that I would ask is the scope. Scope meaning, number one, are there external systems that will talk to ServiceNow, or it is the ServiceNow CSM FSM configurable workspace that
See
is being used?
see how much time it takes to
Yeah,
speak this one.
that's why I used it right now. Yeah, now it hits me now. So that workspace,
You remember these lines now whenever we talk about this these words.
I will remember the way. I haven't
Okay.
focused, but so part. So how would the order capture happen,
Okay.
right? So what is the scope? So how is the order capturing happening? External system,
Mhm.
not now. The second part would be: is customer interested in migrating to ServiceNow or integrating with ServiceNow? What are the things I have to be taking care of? So one is product catalog. So
Mhm.
product catalog we have to create within ServiceNow. One of
Okay.
the way is that I will focus on creating the templates so
Mhm.
that wherever it is being stored right now can be transported to ServiceNow and transformed. So that
Okay.
is one. So you have to have the product and then understand this product, service, and resource specification of each
Okay.
product so that you are
Mm.
able to manage that configuration within ServiceNow. Couple of things, questions you should ask customer always is that how are you maintaining the pricing? Is it to be maintained within ServiceNow? And if it is
Okay.
to be maintained within ServiceNow, is it an account based pricing? Account based pricing, in B2B,
B2B,
different
right?
customers can have
Accounts.
different
Yes, yes,
pricing.
yes. Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes. Account
Or
based or the customer based or the normal user based kind of thing. So region
correct.
based kind of stuff. Okay.
Yep, region based. And then what are the characteristics? Is the characteristic based pricing also there? So 200 Mbps,
Hmm.
there would be different pricing, 300 Mbps, different pricing. So that is a complex, not a complex problem, but a big problem to solve. So
So all
one
right.
problem to solve is that how the order will be placed. Second problem to solve is that how the pricing and these things would work. Third is the orchestration and what are the downstream systems. So very important on day one to understand the scope and understanding of the customer, that what he is going to implement or what
Hmm.
he is expecting. Is he expecting the entire end to end process into be in service now,
So, or
also
just a
including asset
half.
management?
Oh, okay.
Asset management also there, right? If you install a router, the
It
router
become
is
yes.
gone now, right? It's
Yes,
consumed.
yes.
So
Yes.
what is the scope that I am going to implement? Is
Hmm.
FSM also in scope? Am I going to create work order tasks?
And
So,
sending to the engineer to be installed that particular part.
correct. So, what is the scope?
Hmm.
So, that's the most important thing. Since it's a new thing right now in market, we must be very careful while getting these details, asking these details to customer. The second
Okay.
part is getting the templates ready. The third
Hmm.
part is simulating, doing some kind of POC that it makes sense to customer. Is there a
Okay.
SPM thing, so on and so forth.
Okay.
That's all.
You took a word called orchestration in this discussion, that first you get the product specification, then the order placement, order capturing, then orchestration. What do you mean by the word orchestration? Is like setting up the pricing with the different tools or internal setup? What is the orchestration mean here, or what you're referring in the orchestration here?
I'm just speaking generally right now. So it is the decomposition of the tasks. So to fulfill the product order, these are the three order tasks
Mhm.
that will get created. In one, they
Right.
will capture the configurations. In the second, they will verify it. Third, they will put it somewhere. So basically, there will be. I'll be very honest. There are 20 to 30 tasks that get created if it is a really even a
True.
standard B2B. So that part is called
Yes.
orchestration from a telco
Okay.
context. It's a task
Okay.
creation, the cascade, and everything.
Got it. We just have 5 minutes in the bucket, and now I want to discuss something important about the AI. What are the new things, or what are the things, because you're working in the ecosystem for a long time now, how AI agents, AI orchestration, AI analysis, generative AI, agentic AI is going to be support in the OMT, or as of now, ServiceNow has nothing launched in this space,
Hmm. Let me think if I have read about any new feature.
because in the Zurich ServiceNow release a lot of things for the um, AI perspective. I'll not just say the analysis or the agentic AI, I'll take it as a complete AI perspective. So is something ServiceNow has launched for OMT as well? That might be your templates creation automation will be there, or if user searching, he will get the multiple things on this particular part. And any thought might be not, you don't have any ideas of now. Definitely, it's too vast process product and tough to be get everything and on hold quickly.
Yeah, I think to be honest, I have not directly read about the
Hmm.
OMT specific use cases, but what I think is definitely in jeopardy management it would be helpful.
Okay.
Second is I also think so. This may be I am not sure if ServiceNow is looking into it, but a lot of time we will get the excels from the customer about their products and their product specification, resource
Hmm.
specification, and service specification. Wouldn't be a good idea to put AI there and then let the AI create those things?
Great.
Because there's a very standard things. As a BPC, I'll take
Hmm.
around 10 to 12 hours to create that
Duplicate.
logical flow chart,
Correct.
diagram, connections, requires as bundles, whatnot. Why not feed that to the AI within ServiceNow? Create a AI agent that can take that as an input and then create
And
the
transfer to the right tables and fields. Might be this is what Rajesh is also looking for, agentic workflow in OMT. Please, any agentic workflow use case in OMT. So I guess this is what I also read, that as of now there's no specific use case service now bring, or such specific I can say enhancement service now bring from the agentic AI perspective in the OMT, because it's industry specific. It's like a public kind of a domain, so it's not that good. But this is what you're saying, that template creation, logical flow creation can be also done with the support of agentic AI. Just reading the templates might be kind of a document intelligence. We can use it and transfer that particular part.
even to be honest, I also did chat GPT when I got my first
That's our best
document that
friend.
what does it mean? What is MPLS and so on so forth? Why can't
Yes.
AI take over there and save some of my pain?
Correct. Why not AI can change the CSM slash FSM configure workspace to the OMT
Suggest
workspace?
some good names.
Yeah. See, it is
There must
easy.
be a contest.
OMT workspace is easy to call, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think we're just on the time now, Rohan. If anybody has any other use, anything to be discussed, I'm sure that Rajesh are putting a lot of questions, but I think this is what we can start, like transferring the Excel sheets templates into the ServiceNow format via using agentic or AI agents kind of things can be doable. But again, need little more POC might be
Yeah.
when I invite Rohan again for another interesting topic, we can deep dive on this particular part. Anything else, Rohan, from your perspective in the last you want to be say?
I think a sincere recommendation, which is
Hmm.
that anybody who is listening, please start your journey on the TMT or
OMT.
OMT side, because it's a new space that ServiceNow has just cracked and is trying to expand really, what do you say, at a very aggressive pace. So if you have good understanding of OMT, CPQ, I understand it becomes really technical, really complex. But at
Mhm.
least these sales and order management cycles and couple of modules, it will give you exceptional edge in the market, at least.
Okay.
And it's a very beautiful, elegant product. You will like it.
Yep. No, definitely by seeing the small demo of just few minutes only, I can see yes, it's a useful. Okay, one more thing which is be put by Mohammed here. Atul Rohan, we are using the process. The order was using Salesforce. IL is it might be is IL. I'm not sure what is the meaning of IL here. Is there any way option in OMT complete order process will be configured? If any, might be if any other way something he's trying to mention. IL he mentioned specifically in the bold. So not sure what is the meaning of IL here.
But
Might be
this is
more.
a general use case. I think this can also be configured. Because
Okay.
right now, like I told you, people are not migrating very aggressively. So they are using their Salesforce, but the order task orchestration can take place in ServiceNow, and this can be a good use case.
Okay. And just to be putting a asterisk here, we are not comparing it, we're not criticizing it, we are not what I can say praising any of the platform here. Every platform has its own capability, has its own skill set, its own way of working and using. And just to be take, don't it's like again a safe harbor. Don't take your company decisions basis on this one. Please connect with your ServiceNow account manager in case you want to be go for the OMT. This session is purely on the learning perspective and experience perspective. Any decisions on the money perspective, license perspective, product buyer perspective need to be taken care and to be considered and discussed with the ServiceNow account manager and move forward. Okay, so IL means the integration layer. Integration layer, is there any option in OMT complete order process will be configured? And you say that yes, it can be doable. The only thing is that you need to be bring the customer processes into the service now so that you can complete. So when we okay, might be Mohammed just to be say when we say complete the order means you request a Wi-Fi router at your home, and how that can be complete and installed in your at your home definitely can be doable in the service now as well. Take a simple example CSM. You go to buy something and engine is coming at your home, so you need to be get CSM, FSM together. Router will be installed. Multiple tasks will be in the background. Multiple teams will be involved. So this can be doable. Definitely, yes, it can be doable. But again, it totally depend that how your customer want to proceed forward. Definitely, it can be licensing, it can be tool integration, it can be trainings. A lot of things will be on the picture in that particular part.
And
Okay,
ServiceNow
sure.
supports the TMF 622, so you can use the API. It will capture the payload from Salesforce, and it can do the orchestration in ServiceNow. But again, like we all say, like Atul very clearly mentioned, now this is a learning session. Don't
Yes.
make your decision purely based on what discussed here. There may be more details that you need to look at.
Right, right. So again, refer the official ServiceNow documentations, official TMF, I can say, standards, connect with the ServiceNow account manager, and then take a decision. This is just pure and pure on the learning experience perspective, nothing to take a decision of the buying something on by basis of this particular discussion. Okay, so we are at the end of the session now, Rohan. So before I say thanks, let's take a 10-20 second pause as a tradition. Thanks to the God, and then finally we close the session as well. Okay. So once again, before I go to you as a thanks note, I want to be thanks to Rajesh who was there with us for the full hour. Abin, thank you so much for joining. You always join this session with me. Mohammed, thank you so much. I know that there are less people today, not that much less, but less people because there's a multiple meetups are happening across the India location, Chennai, Pune, not Pune, I guess Chennai, Delhi, and Indore is happening today. So that's totally fine. And once again, thank you so much, Rohan. Thank you so much. Your travel from India, take a rest, and so travel from India in India just 2 days back, take a rest and join us with this one. And thank you so much, everybody. So this was the 49th episode. Get ready for the 50th episode. I'm trying to pull some or one of the biggest guests on my platform. It might be delayed for another 2 weeks or 3 weeks, but I'm trying to get the session. 50th session is very big and very large as well. So hope to see you in the 50th session again. Till the time, take care and bye bye everybody. Thank you so much once again.